steals any of those equipment to go and furnish it in their own private clinic, if the Abua person sees them, they won't say anything. They will just keep quiet and say, oh, let it not be that they will say, I'm the one that revealed, and say, oh, he has stolen equipment. Because I had that experience. I was working with a nurse from Abua, and our colleague was secretly removing some of the equipment that were in the theater. And she actually discovered it one day and refused to let me know. But each day I discovered that the equipment were diminishing, and I bought a padlock and locked the place. But they are nurses, they have access to the place. If a woman comes in labor, they will definitely get in there. But he refused to tell me. It was after I've left the facility that she came one day and was telling me that you see so and so nurse. He said, this is medicine after death. Why are you telling me now? I'm no longer there. You saw this person taking equipment, you refuse to say anything. So that is the attitude. So if Abua Odual USA, in my opinion, distribute the equipment to these facilities one day, because if there is no proper auditing system where this equipment will be audited, with time, it will not happen. So my candid submission is that it is possible for Abua Odual USA to have a foundation, Abua Odual USA Foundation, to build a little structure where those equipments can be moved to that structure. Then we now think of the modalities on how to sustain the foundation. The foundation can be sustained if people come there, a test that ordinarily they will pay maybe 500 naira or 1,000 outside, and they pay maybe 200 also. We'll be able to use the proceeds from there and sustain the system. Then yearly, we'll be able to take stock of the equipment, and the equipment would actually be. So that, and the foundation also will be responsible for this issue of health education. From community to community, from time to time, we move to a community and health educate them on any topic we feel is a public health importance. I think that is my submission. Thank you.
Let's clap for his partners. The bishop has something to say.
Bualima. Bualima. Wobua.
It's my time to say something. I actually believe what he is saying. She is saying. We are fortunate enough to have two doctors here. That means they know about the health of Abua better than anybody. But I would suggest that a rigorous campaign against the churches, the spiritual houses, the ordinary clinics, from us, if we have a team, not campaigning with the microphone, no, posters, like the health organization, World Health Organization, they used to send posters. In every village, we have somebody who can do that for us. We print them from here, send them if possible, bring them in Nigeria, put in the idea in the poster. This is what it is. This is what, like somebody don't even know that the priests, the so-called prophets, go to doctors. If there's a poster in their window that says, even your high priest goes to the doctor, and that is all, sometimes somebody will bring his mind back to go and find out. So I would suggest we have a team to do that, to campaign, which I will be a member because I know a little bit of how to put in the words. That's my humble suggestion. Thank you.
Buamima, Buamima, Obua, Kevin Kapu, when they put begin lunch, now all these people together and mom on Baram. Àwọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ bá mi kí wọ́n wọ̀ yìí dẹ̀. Wọ́n mọ̀. Ní mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ àgbẹ̀ ìkọ̀tọ́ mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ̀ yóò di ẹ̀fẹ́ bọ̀ yìí lọ́rọ̀ lẹ́rẹ̀. Yes. Ní mo kúkú mi ẹ̀rù bọ̀. Mo ní lọ yẹ ẹ̀rọ mi. Nàbí lọ ká mi lọ́ra. Ẹ̀yìn àti yá bí ìbí ní ológi bọ̀. Wọ́n ká kúrò. Kúrò kúrò ní ẹ̀wọ̀n kí tó nù. Ọmọ àti ọmọ orí yẹ́ mi dọ̀. Kọ́mi àwọn ọmọ orí mi yẹ bẹ́yìn. Ìjọba náà dùnmọ́ àbá ti bọ̀rọ̀ àbúrò. Náà yẹ kẹfì lọ́nà àti yàrá àti yàrá níbi yá kú yìí. Mo rú ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ bọ̀. Ọmọ orí ti ní kẹ̀dí akẹ́lọ́ náà wúrà lórí ìgbésẹ̀ máa bọ̀ díẹ̀. Pàgọ́ àbẹ̀ bọ̀, àrùn mọ́ náà bèbè. Ní ìwò mi, tó náà ká dìgì yá. Àrùn mọ́ náà wẹ̀wọ̀ dìbò bù ẹ̀, ìbò mi yìí. Yíyá kó ìbọn ní kiri wà dúró. Láti dánwò kí náà bá ìbọn ẹ̀fẹ́ wà ní ojú. Mo mẹ́rẹ́ àwọn lórí ẹ̀sẹ̀. Sọ̀rọ̀ tó yẹ wọ́n rú o, ọ̀gá wọ̀ mọ́. Ọ̀gá wọ̀ mọ́ kàgé wọ́n ti rẹ̀ ní o. Kọ́ọ̀gá. Nílẹ̀ ní ìdúró mo ní ìgbọ̀ngà. Ọ̀gá àjẹmọ̀ níyà. Mọ̀ọ́rú bá tún mọ́rú. Ọ̀rọ̀ fún àrògbọ̀ ní òkú ìròyìn ní ìdúró mo jù. Ọ̀rọ̀ fún ọkọ̀ tún bí rẹ̀ ká ìtura. Kó bí ìyàwó àmbọ̀gbọ̀ ẹ̀. The good health of a boy determines the wealth of a boy. The children's good health will determine where we go. The type of the leaders, how healthy are they? This is the conversation we're having today, and you can hear each person's experience coming to tell us that we are needed. You know very well that we just don't do this. We need the money. We need personnel to do this. So as we are continuously talking about how difficult this is and how important it is, please don't hesitate to bring your wallet along with the conversation. Because we need it. These machines we're talking about, this is putting a temporary place and all those. Look, if I can tell you one thing, the attention you are paying to this important conversation of the Abua people is not only important, you are highly needed, and I appreciate the attention you are paying to this conversation. Let me hand it over back to the expert.
I just want to say something about what the doctor said about the equipment. You know, even in here, in America here, there are some equipment that each time, every shift sign to see that, did you see that equipment to sign that is yes. Because we have equipment that you need to have in the hospital. And you know that you use that equipment, you know. We can't build a house and put those equipment. The equipment has to be in the hospital. And there should be a check and balance. Every shift, when the day shift move, you count like the mercury, the equipment, maybe the blood sugar, the nurses count, okay, how many is there? The previous shift, they count 3. So those are the things we do. Because we have to have those equipment in the hospital. I understand what the mind of the people are. But you see, when we put these checks and balances, I think we can have control. Because if the next shift comes and we don't see it, I cannot sign if I don't see it. Then we know something is going on. Then from there, then everybody will say, when they check the nurses. So I'm just putting that in a little bit, that we can get this equipment. But you know, I know it's hard, but we start from somewhere.
Yeah. I'll talk after.
You talk after him, okay.
I can speak without a microphone, but okay. I want to follow with the doctor, okay, with Dr. Arugo and the girl, because of your knowledge of the problem, okay? Why you okay. I want to address you two of you in particular about this issue. And I think I'm in line with what you're saying. Given their knowledge of the hospital system and the way the Abua hospital is run. Is it not possible through this organization with you guys help to secure a section within the hospital? Like I said, it's in line with what you said. Within the hospital, right? It's not fully used from what you're saying. Where we take that as the technical area, the area where we have our own machine, these machines that Abua Odual has sent to. And the person that runs that equipment, right, is person, so to speak, that we, I don't want to say hire, but it's somebody that we approve to be the one in charge of this medical equipment, right? So the medical equipment, while it's run in a way by us, it's in the hospital, it's accessible to the hospital, right? It will be charged in the way you guys described, minimal fees, because we need to maintain it, and maybe even pay the people who are there a little bit extra money to give them the incentive to run this thing well, right? I understand part of the problem of Nigeria, right? They always complain about money. I need to send my kids to school. I don't have enough money, therefore I will take bribe. So let's understand that aspect of it, that there is always those issues around that. And let this little thing that we have, again, Abua Odual in conjunction with the hospital, right? We need to make that work. Whatever campaign we have, whether it's through the education, comes out of this little unit of entity that we have. Again, we need to carve it out of that hospital system, not as an outside entity, and we don't really want to run it as an outside entity, frankly speaking. We want to make sure that we can run something within the system that they can see how things can be run better, with the hope that that influences other groups within the hospital. You see what I'm saying? And we need, like, you two who know how the system works, like, help us tell us, how can we make that happen? Right? We need to try to work something out, I guess is what I'm saying, right? Let's try to get to, what is it that we can do with what you guys have, that we can make progress in a way that is visible, right? It's visible yet in a way isolated, because it will be run not like the way everything else is run. And whatever checks and balances, we have nurses and doctors here who can help us put that in place. But it will be, whether you're there or not, we want you guys to say, these are the people that you can work with to get this thing working.
What he said is in line with what I said yesterday. Because of we are motivated with the outreach, the recently outreach organized by the Abua Odual USA. Then the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital, the nurses have come together because we are challenged. So we now I'm the vice president because it's my senior that's the president. So we have come together as Abua Odual nurses, and then we have streamlined our objective. And one of the objectives we have is we have to visit the Abua hospitals periodically, even if it means weekly, to make sure every other equipment, everything that is the listings that we can see, is intact. Because most of the nurses and the doctors that are posted in Abua Odual are not from Abua. So they don't mind, they don't care. They do anything they like. But we are there taking care of their own persons, organizing the place, and then their people will come and will have adequate health care. But coming to in our own community, you run it anyhow you like. And we have taken it as a challenge. And we said it will not be like that again. Even if we have bedsheets, like now we are making bedsheets. So those bedsheets, as we give and we wrote our listing, periodically we have to go and check and count it if they are complete and give a warning. Because if we don't see any of them, I don't know, we won't take it lightly. Yeah. So that is how far we have gone. So what you're saying is in line. Yes. Periodically, we check those equipments. Though it's difficult, but I believe that yes, with the zeal we have, we can make it. We can make it happen. With the love we have for the poor, because just like he used to cry immediately he hears of. I used to bleed. He used to worry me so much when we get to Abua and
and you see how our people are suffering. It's not like one of my prince gave birth, and I was in that general hospital. That was the period of the you are not opportune to visit the hospital. Okay. So I went to that place to see her. If you see foam, no bedsheet, no foam. Everywhere is dirty. That is a simple thing somebody can clean. Nobody does it. Even the nurses, we are not putting on uniform. Nobody was putting on uniform.
Let me ask you something on that. Is that because the government is not providing, or the government provides and somebody in between takes it?
Yes, at times the government provides the letter they have. The letter. Mismanagement is also inclusive. It's also a problem. Nonchalant attitude. What we are here is to look for money. And that is it. The nurse was just sitting outside. We are one club like that. I entered inside. I said, you are the nurse. He was writing a report. Without uniform. In a hospital. Then I entered inside. You need to see the place. Very dirty. The word maybe he's in the farm or somewhere. Then himself is not from Abua, so what is my business? After you come and pay us our money and let me go home and take care of my people. So we have to come together as we are here. And the only way, and like as you're seeing me talking, the only way I can have the heart and boldness to stand and talk boldly is when I am backed up with the Abua Odual USA.
And we move back.
Let's give a big round of applause to the nurses of Abua. I'm encouraged with that. That's a good move.
Thank you. I would like to look at the solutions part of it as somebody who's really frustrated with the system. There's one area of the system that we can be proud of, the Abua Nurses Association. I am proud of them. When I was home, I tried to work with them. They were very supportive. We were able to raise some money to start something that was called Health Week in the churches. In the process, the political people shut it down. And, I think they felt I was getting too much power in the system, which was okay with me. But now that you're here, I will pass the idea to you and see if there's any way you can look into it and we will support you. There is nothing you can do in that system that you're not passing through the churches. If you go through the old churches and suggest for a health weekend, when I did, they all agreed. Okay, we're going to come here and we're going to host this church for a health weekend. And if you book this appointment with these churches, that you're going to have a health weekend, and after the health weekend, there will be gifts that will be passed out. The pastor will in turn tell his members that the people from the United States are bringing people here to talk to us about our health. These are the old churches. And I'm talking about the old churches, the Zion, the Anglican, all those churches and the Baptists, they have nothing to gain by telling somebody that instead of going to the doctor, come here. They don't. So if we go through them, the Abua Nurses Association, at the time I talked to them and I was working with them, these nurses were willing to volunteer and travel to the churches to pass the health information to these members. And the pastors at that time agreed and said, which day are you coming? That was what they told me. Give us a date, I'll tell our members that on this Sunday after church, everybody stays behind. Why? Somebody is coming to tell us how we can take care of ourselves. And when you go there and you teach them all the health suggestions that you have, I don't have most of the things they wrote, but they wrote quite a lot that they would have passed on to these men and women in the church. At the end of the day, they're all going to take a small package home to remind them of what they have learned. That's one with the old churches. On the new churches, we go through different routes. We are willing, America and USA, Abua USA is willing to support your church. If you help us educate the church about health. These are people looking for money. I've been through all the churches. I started from Cherubim and Seraphim. I went through all of them, Zion, all of them, the greater evangelism. I became child president there, so I know. It's all about money. The minute you say, look, we have a special gift, but we need you to have a health week so we can discuss what is killing your members. If they are alive, you make more money. If they are dead, you make no money. So help us keep them alive. Period. Don't you collect tax? That's what I told one of them. I said, don't you collect tax? There people do not pay tax. So let's keep them alive. The ones you can pray for them, pray for them. If the thing is going out of hand, tell them, say, go to the hospital to sit down. That is the only way to keep them alive, to pay more tithes. But if they die, they can't pay you any time because there is no money. And most of them did buy the idea. Some of them even suggested health weeks, that they will spend the whole week talking about health. At the end of the day, you find something for the pastor. That's what it's looking for. Okay, in my own village, growing up, there were 2 churches. Now there are over 10. Inside my village, there are over 10. And out of all these 10, they're all paupers, they are more. And all you need to do is call all 10 of them in one room and say, these members will move with me, let's keep them alive. And first lecture them on their own health. After that, tell them, declare a health week. You will send the doctor, you will send the nurse, that will come and educate you and your members on how you guys can stay alive. You cannot do the work of God if you're sick. You need to be held to do the work of God. And you cannot do the work of God without money. And who's going to bring the money? If they are healthy, they will bring the money to you. And if you can do that, you find out that the message will go faster, because no matter what you tell them on the street, once they reach in the church and the pastor starts preaching, it's over. I've seen husband and wife, the wife tells the pastors everything going in the home before they tell their husband. So the husband is just a loser in the house floating. The pastor is the one running the home. So I'm praying that as we sit here and we bring all our suggestions, consider these two. Thank you.
That's a good, and it's true. I think I agree with you in the sense that the church is a good avenue to have access to the people. So I think the organization will consider that too.
Thank you very much. I just want to add to the question, the first question that was asked on the need that if this equipment are moved to the hospitals, what will happen? I want to speak generally on the issue of administration. It is not just enough to have a body that will move into a facility and say they want to check equipment that they donated there. You see, I've had cause to give a query to a staff, and the next minute, a very senior personnel at the board that is in charge of posting and the rest just posted her out of the facility without my knowledge to a place where she would be more comfortable. Somebody that has not been regular, and not been punctual, and not been coming to work at all, and was disciplined, was asked to know why she had not been effective in what she was doing. The next thing I went to the board, somebody called me. I said, do you know Susan? I said, yes, I do. Are you the one that gave that query? I said, yes, I did, and I explained why I did that. He said, she not. And the next minute, she was posted out of the facility, and was sent to a comfortable place where she will not be going to work, but she will just be ending her salary. That is how skewed the system is. So just saying that you have a body, you have equipment, you go there, and I did. The person will move the equipment, take it to somewhere, but I have a solution to it. We'll take it to somewhere. If we agree that the equipment should be sent to the hospital, we can write formally. Abua Odual USA can write officially to that board that is responsible for the general hospital and say that we are donating this equipment to this hospital. And our responsibilities for this equipment we are donating to the hospital, we spell out what we want the equipment to be used for. We tell them that from this time to this time, we'll be going to that particular facility to audit the equipment, to know how the equipment are being utilized. That is the only way we can have access to control those equipment, because it's a facility. You cannot just move, say you're not saying, you go there, they will lock the gate. They will say it's not visiting time. They won't allow you to get in. So that is the only way, for me, I believe that we can control the equipment if only we donate these equipment to the facility.
Yeah. And that's, Dr. Aruba, I really appreciate what you suggested that we should write like that. Because at this point, I just really wanted to mention that Nigeria